Have you ever pondered the essence of your true self? The Bhagavad Gita, a profound spiritual text, offers timeless insights into this very question. Imagine unlocking a deeper understanding of your existence and purpose. By exploring the true self within the Gita, you'll gain clarity on your identity beyond the material world. This journey promises to reveal the core of your being, guiding you toward inner peace and spiritual growth. Are you ready to embark on this enlightening path? The Bhagavad Gita, a sacred Hindu scripture, presents the concept of the true self as a pivotal element in understanding spirituality. This concept, known as Atman, is the eternal, unchanging essence within each individual, distinct from the physical body and the transient mind. It is often compared to the sun behind the clouds, always present but obscured by our material attachments and desires. The Gita addresses the challenge of recognizing this true self amidst the distractions of daily life, where individuals are often consumed by worldly possessions and personal identities. The importance of understanding the true self in the Gita lies in its promise of spiritual liberation from the cycle of birth and death. This understanding is crucial for anyone seeking spiritual enlightenment. Arjuna, the protagonist of the Gita, exemplifies this struggle as he grapples with his duty as a warrior during the Kurukshetra war. His dialogue with Lord Krishna illustrates the profound transformative journey from attachment to detachment, from confusion to clarity, and from the false self to the true self. This journey is not merely philosophical, but deeply practical, offering a path to inner peace and fulfillment. The foundational elements necessary for grasping the concept of the true self include recognizing the distinction between the material body and the spiritual soul. The Gita teaches that the body, mind, and ego are temporary and subject to change, while the true self is eternal and immutable. Meditation, self-reflection, and devotion to the divine are tools to uncover this deeper identity. One must learn to see beyond the surface level of their existence to perceive the true essence hidden within. By cultivating these practices, individuals can begin to view their lives through a spiritual lens, leading to a more meaningful and purposeful existence. Dive deeper into the profound teachings of the Bhagavad Gita and discover how understanding the true self can transform your life. Your insights and perspectives are invaluable. Share your thoughts in the comments section and help others on this spiritual journey. Don't miss out on future discussions. Subscribe to stay connected and receive more enlightening content. Your participation is not just welcomed, it's essential for a richer, more meaningful dialogue. Let's explore together and grow in wisdom. The Bhagavad Gita's concept of the true self, or Atman, is central to understanding spiritual growth. The true self is the eternal, unchanging essence within each individual, distinct from the transient physical body and fleeting ego. To grasp and apply this concept, one must first distinguish the true self from the ego self, which is often driven by desires and fears. A practical step is to engage in self-reflection by setting aside quiet moments daily. During these moments, contemplate on the transient nature of desires and emotions. For instance, consider a situation where one felt upset due to a minor setback. Reflect on whether these feelings truly define you or if they are merely temporary states. Meditation serves as a powerful tool to connect with the true self. Practicing mindfulness meditation daily can help in observing thoughts and emotions without attachment. Visualize thoughts as clouds passing by in the sky, recognizing they do not define the observer. Incorporate the Bhagavad Gita's teachings into daily actions by performing selfless service, karma yoga. For example, helping a neighbor without expecting anything in return can align one's actions with the true self. This practice cultivates detachment from the outcomes of actions, fostering a deeper connection with the eternal essence. Address common questions by understanding that the true self is not something to be achieved, but realized. It is always present, hidden beneath layers of ego and desires. Actionable strategies include studying the Gita, engaging in spiritual discussions, and practicing yoga and meditation. Integrate these practices into daily life to progressively unveil the true self. Arjuna, a pivotal character in the Bhagavad Gita, stands on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Facing his own family, he is paralyzed by the morality of war. His dilemma is not just about the act of war, but about understanding his true self. This crisis leads to a spiritual awakening. Lord Krishna, guiding Arjuna, reveals the essence of the true self. Arjuna's conflict underscores the urgent need for self-awareness. Without it, even noble warriors can fall into moral despair. This moment in the battlefield serves as a metaphor for our daily lives. It highlights the importance of spiritual understanding. Without clarity on the true self, one can easily be swept away by external circumstances and personal desires. This internal conflict requires immediate attention for personal growth and spiritual enlightenment. Krishna's wisdom helps Arjuna transcend his duties as a warrior, emphasizing that his actions should be guided by the true self, not external pressures. This shift from external to internal guidance is crucial. It transforms Arjuna from a man of duty to one of self-awareness and spiritual fortitude. This transformation is a call for everyone to seek their true self amidst life's challenges. The Bhagavad Gita, a sacred Hindu text, delves deeply into the concept of the true self, or Atman. This concept is central to understanding spiritualidade. The Gita explains that the true self is eternal and distinct from the physical body, mind, and ego. It is the unchanging essence of an individual, often described as the divine spark within each person. This eternal self is part of the universal consciousness, or Brahman. The Gita uses the metaphor of the chariot to illustrate this idea. The chariot represents the body. The charioteer is the intellect. The reins are the mind, the horses are the senses, and the path is the journey of life. The rider, or the true self, is the one who controls and directs the chariot. This metaphor underscores the importance of the true self in guiding one's actions and decisions. The concept of the true self in the Bhagavad Gita, known as Atman, can be practically applied to daily life by focusing on self-awareness and detachment from material desires. For instance, in a professional setting, one might encounter a colleague who is overly competitive. Instead of reacting with jealousy or frustration, understanding the Atman can help in maintaining composure and focusing on personal growth rather than external validation. This detachment allows for a healthier work environment and personal satisfaction. However, implementing this idea comes with several challenges. The modern world is filled with distractions that pull individuals away from their true selves. Social media, for example, often leads to comparisons and a sense of inadequacy. To overcome this, one can practice mindfulness and meditation. Setting aside a few minutes each day to reflect on one's actions and thoughts can help in reconnecting with the Atman. In practical terms, imagine a scenario where a person is constantly stressed about meeting deadlines. By recognizing that stress is an external reaction and practicing detachment, one can perform tasks with a sense of duty rather than anxiety. This approach can significantly improve productivity and reduce stress. Another challenge is the societal pressure to conform to certain roles and expectations. This can be particularly challenging in family dynamics. For instance, a person might feel pressured to follow a traditional career path chosen by family members. In such cases, understanding the Atman can provide the strength to break free from societal norms and pursue a path that aligns with one's true calling. A practical strategy to implement this understanding is through dialogue and introspection. Engaging in open conversations with family members about personal aspirations can help in gaining their support. Additionally, setting small, achievable goals that align with one's true self can provide a sense of fulfillment and direction. However, one must be prepared to face resistance and criticism. In such situations, remaining steadfast in one's beliefs and maintaining a sense of inner peace is crucial. This can be achieved through consistent self-reflection and practicing patience. For example, if a person decides to pursue a spiritual path that differs from their family's beliefs, they might face opposition. By staying true to their inner self and explaining their motivations with compassion, they can eventually gain understanding and support. In conclusion, the true self, as described in the Bhagavad Gita, offers a profound framework for living a balanced and fulfilling life. By embracing self-awareness, detachment, and introspection, individuals can navigate the complexities of modern life with greater clarity and peace. The Bhagavad Gita delves deeply into the concept of the true self, or Atman, distinct from the physical body and transient mind. This self, according to the Gita, is eternal, divine, and unchanging. Advanced strategies to grasp this concept involve contemplative practices and self-inquiry, as espoused by Sri Ramana Maharshi, who advocated observing the I thought to unveil the true self. The Gita's teachings on the true self are pivotal for spiritual seekers aiming to transcend the mundane and realize their true nature. Arjuna, the warrior, embodies the spiritual seeker struggling with duty and desire. Krishna, his charioteer and guide, elucidates that true liberation comes from recognizing the Atman within. This realization is the climax of spiritual endeavors, as it brings an end to the cycle of birth and death. One pivotal example is the story of King Janaka, who, despite his royal duties, maintained inner peace by recognizing his true self. He is often cited as an example of a person who balanced worldly responsibilities with spiritual realization. Similarly, Swami Vivekananda, a modern-day exponent, highlighted the importance of self-realization, asserting that the true self is the source of all strength and freedom. Scholars like Swami Nikhilananda and Swami Prabhavananda have interpreted the Bhagavad Gita's teachings on the true self as a call to move beyond dualities of good and evil, pleasure and pain. They argue that the true self is the witness of all experiences, untouched by their transience. This insight is crucial for those seeking spiritual growth, as it allows one to act without being entangled in the results of actions. A pivotal case study is the life of Sri Ramakrishna, who, through intense spiritual practices, realized his true self and became a beacon of wisdom. His teachings, which emphasize the unity of all religions, underscore the universal nature of the true self. Similarly, Mahatma Gandhi's life exemplifies the application of these principles in social and political spheres, illustrating how recognizing the true self can lead to transformative actions. In conclusion, the Bhagavad Gita's teachings on the true self offer a profound path to spiritual realization. Through self-inquiry, contemplation, and ethical living, one can transcend the limitations of the physical and mental self, achieving a state of eternal bliss and freedom. This culminates in a resolution where the seeker, like Arjuna, is liberated from the bonds of ignorance and attains a deeper understanding of their divine nature. The concept of the true self in the Bhagavad Gita, known as Atma, is deeply rooted in the idea of spiritual essence. According to the Gita, the Atma is eternal, unchanging, and distinct from the physical body and mind. This understanding is crucial in the broader context of spirituality, as it encourages individuals to seek inner peace and fulfillment beyond material possessions and external circumstances. Scholars like Eknath Easwaran, a prominent translator and interpreter of the Gita, emphasize that the Gita teaches a path of self-realization and liberation from the cycle of birth and death, which can be achieved through understanding and embracing the true self. In practical terms, comprehending the true self is essential for mental health and well-being. A study published in the Journal of Religion and Health found that individuals who practice self-inquiry, a technique mentioned in the Gita, reported lower levels of stress and anxiety. This finding aligns with the Gita's teachings, which advocate for disengaging from the transient self and focusing on the eternal Atma. For instance, in modern-day India, many spiritual practitioners and yoga enthusiasts incorporate self-inquiry and meditation practices to connect with their true self, leading to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Moreover, the Bhagavad Gita's teachings on the true self have significant implications for ethical decision-making. The text teaches that actions, karma, should be performed without attachment to the results, a concept known as karma yoga. This approach fosters a sense of duty and service, where individuals act in accordance with their dharma, duty, without being driven by personal desires or fears. This philosophy is evident in the life of Mahatma Gandhi, who drew inspiration from the Gita to guide his actions during India's struggle for independence. The practical application of these principles can be seen in various aspects of life, from personal relationships to professional ethics. For example, a leader who understands the true self is likely to make decisions that benefit the collective good rather than personal gain. This was demonstrated by the leadership style of Sri Aurobindo, who emphasized the importance of selfless service and spiritual growth in his teachings and actions. His approach to governance and social work reflected his deep understanding of the Gita's principles, leading to significant contributions in the fields of education, politics, and spirituality. Expert opinions also highlight the transformative power of understanding the true self. Swami Vivekananda, a renowned spiritual leader, believed that the realization of the true self is the ultimate goal of human life. He advocated for the integration of spiritual practices into daily life to achieve this realization. This holistic approach to spirituality can have profound effects on societal well-being, as individuals who are in touch with their true self are more likely to contribute positively to their communities. A notable example of this impact is seen in the social work initiatives of Swami Vivekananda's followers, who established educational institutions, hospitals, and community service organizations inspired by the Gita's teachings. These initiatives aim to uplift the marginalized and promote spiritual growth, reflecting the practical application of understanding the true self. Additionally, contemporary research in positive psychology supports the idea that self-awareness and spiritual practices can enhance overall well-being and life satisfaction. A review published in the Journal of Happiness Studies suggests that individuals who engage in mindfulness and self-reflection report higher levels of happiness and life fulfillment. In conclusion, the concept of the true self in the Bhagavad Gita holds profound implications for spiritual, mental, and ethical well-being. By delving into the teachings of the Gita and applying its principles in daily life, individuals can achieve a deeper sense of purpose, peace, and fulfillment. This understanding not only benefits the individual, but also has a ripple effect on the broader community, fostering a more compassionate and harmonious society. In the Bhagavad Gita, the concept of the true self is deeply intertwined with the idea of eternal consciousness. According to Swami Vivekananda, a key proponent of Vedanta philosophy, the true self, or Atman, is distinct from the physical body, the mind, and even the ego. It is the eternal witness of all experiences, unaffected by the transient nature of life. This understanding is crucial in spiritual practices, emphasizing the importance of understanding that true liberation is found within. The Bhagavad Gita often refers to the true self as the divine spark within each individual. This spark, or Atman, is one with the universal consciousness, or Brahman. Experts like Eknath Aswaran highlight that recognizing this divine essence within oneself is the essence of self-realization. Aswaran explains that the Gita teaches that the true self is the source of all happiness and peace, and by aligning our actions with this inner truth, we can achieve true harmony. The practical application of this understanding in spiritual practice is profound. The Gita encourages actions to be performed with a sense of detached involvement, known as karma yoga. This means performing duties without attachment to the results. Mahatma Gandhi famously adopted this principle, stating that his actions were driven by the true self rather than ego. Such detachment fosters a sense of inner peace and clarity, allowing individuals to navigate life's challenges with grace. One of the most intriguing aspects of the true self in the Gita is its transcendence over dualities. The true self is not bound by opposites like joy and sorrow, success and failure. It remains ever-present, unchanging. As Krishna explains, to Arjuna, the true self is the eternal observer, unaffected by the fluctuations of the mind and body. This insight is a powerful reminder of the resilience and constancy within each of us. Understanding the true self also involves recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings. Swami Sivananda, another renowned spiritual leader, teaches that the true self is not confined to the individual but extends to the entire universe. This realization fosters a sense of oneness, where actions are motivated by compassion and service rather than self-interest. This perspective transforms our relationships and interactions, promoting a more harmonious society. By integrating these teachings, individuals can move towards a deeper understanding of their spiritual essence, This journey is not merely intellectual, but involves practical application in daily life. Experts suggest meditation, self-reflection, and selfless service as effective means to cultivate this awareness. The Bhagavad Gita does not advocate for a passive retreat from the world, but encourages active engagement with a spiritual perspective. This dual approach of action and contemplation creates a balanced path to self-realization. The Bhagavad Gita's concept of the true self reveals that our essence is eternal and unchanging, distinct from our physical and mental attributes. This understanding fosters a deeper sense of spirituality, encouraging self-discovery and detachment from material worries. Embrace the true self to cultivate inner peace, resilience, and clarity amidst life's challenges. Begin by dedicating time daily for self-reflection and meditation, focusing on one's breath and inner thoughts. Engage with spiritual texts to deepen understanding. Share insights with loved ones to inspire collective growth. Action. Start a weekly spiritual discussion group to explore and apply these teachings in daily life. The true self in the Bhagavad Gita is not just a philosophical concept, but a spiritual journey within each of us. It is about recognizing our eternal, unchanging essence, the soul that transcends physical existence. Embarking on this journey requires self-reflection and introspection to peel away the layers of ego and societal conditioning. Each soul's path is unique, so embrace your own journey with patience and dedication. Spirituality is not about escaping the world, but understanding our role within it. The Gita teaches us to act selflessly, fulfilling our duties, dharma, without attachment to outcomes. This balance of action and detachment allows the true self to shine through. Each task, no matter how mundane, becomes a sacred offering when performed with awareness and devotion. In the tapestry of life, every thread of experience, good or bad, weaves a pattern that reveals our true nature. The Gita encourages us to face challenges with courage and equanimity, knowing that our true essence remains untouched by external circumstances. This resilience is the essence of true spiritual strength. As we strive to align our actions with our true nature, we find peace and fulfillment. Remember, the journey to the true self is not a destination, but a continuous process of self-discovery and evolution. Embrace this journey with an open heart and mind, for the path itself is the transformation.